Good evening and welcome to the SHAC. It's 7 o'clock Thursday and my name's Barbara Gray and we're going to be colouring in some beautiful flowers. So I'm hoping that we've got some friends in the building. I know that our lovely daughter Grace is keeping us company in the room, and so hopefully the sound is good, and if you have any questions, then Grace is the girl to ask. I'm sure she'll be able to feed any questions that you have through to me as well. So and we're set to do a little bit of doodling. So I'm hoping that that our friends will find us here soon. We're on Facebook Live, and you can find us on our website on claritystamp.com or claritycrafts.com. You can find us on YouTube. And what would be really brilliant is if you were to follow or subscribe, and if you go to our website and you sign up for our newsletter, or there's a little bit on the front, it's the community page, the front page, and it says be in the know. And if you click that, then if you give us your email address, etc., then we'll be able to send you e-shots. We'll tell you where we are and what we're doing, so you can easily find us. Because now we're not on TV per se, since Create and Craft in Oundle went down, went into administration. Of course, we're doing our own thing at Clarity Social TV. So like tomorrow at 10 o'clock and 2 o'clock, we've got some really lovely hours lined up. I'm really looking forward. I spent the day today working on demos and on the artwork that we're going to present tomorrow. So but the point being that if you sign up for that newsletter, we call it, or those e-shots, then you'll get automatically, if you sign up on the blog, then you'll get an email. If you sign up on the website, we'll send you e-shots when we do anything new. We won't bombard you. I know what it's like. I've signed up, I've subscribed to shops, and then every 5 minutes they're bombarding you with e-shots. We don't do that. Our Stuart at work, he only sends e-shots if there's something to tell you. So come on in. It's good to have your company. Sound is great, says Grace. Well, cool. And I can see that our friends are in the building. I'm hoping that perhaps Maggie is watching. Maggie Craner. I know she had visitors today, and she must be exhausted, because I know that our friend Shari went to see her today, and possibly Sue Carpenter too. So it's great that the community is circling the wagons and rallying, so to speak. No, that's what it's all about, really, isn't it? Yeah, I think so too. I think so too. And so tonight we're just going to do some doodling. We've got that lovely floral poster going. Did you enjoy Monday morning? I've seen so many really brilliant PIFA people. Those little PIFA people, they are so much fun, aren't they? I know. I went straight over to Jazz and I said, see what you can do. See if you can make them into stamps. And I didn't even rework them or anything. I said, I think they'll do just as they are. Just funky little people, just like us. Yeah. I think it will be good. So let's have a look. It's got to be 7 o'clock already. Oh yeah, it's already gone 7 o'clock. And I've got a few things I want to tell you. I'm going to show you what's going on tomorrow. But I think what would be a really good idea is if we get started with our letters, because otherwise we're going to be here all year doing this. Do you know what? It doesn't matter if we are. But these are the letters that we're doing, these beautiful floral alphabet. Look. So you can see what we're working on. Today we're going to be doing, I'd like to do D and E today, Daisy and Edelweiss, because last week it was suggested that we work on the white flowers and see how we do those. So maybe if I come in really close on the D for Daisy, you can actually see how it works. And then let's go just slowly over, work our way to the E for Edelweiss. And you'll see they're not actually white, they're more of an ivory colour. So I think that's what we're going to do this evening, D and E. Okay. If you're interested in these posters, they come in a pack, don't they? I've got loads of them, but that's my prerogative. They come in a pack and they come with a key so you know what the flowers are. And they come, there we are. And they're A3 colouring posters. And there are 3 A3 colouring posters plus the floral alphabet. That's that there. 20 GSM. And you get, this set includes 1 light grey lettering. There you go. So you get 3 posters like this, open. So you can colour the letters in as you like. And then there's 1 grey lettering one. And the one that I got ahead of you a little bit on, the bus driver needs to know where she's going, right? So I've already done a few just to get me going. Because invariably, friends, I'm scrambling, you know, because there's so much going on at work. And so I like on a Thursday evening, like today, it was a scramble getting ready for tomorrow. But it was okay because I know that I've already done the work, you know. So the bus driver knows where we're headed. All I had to do was make sure that I've got the pencils. I know which pencils I'm going to use, and then I can relax. The only fly in the ointment tonight was that I can't find my Dame Edna's. You know those magnifying glasses that I wear? I have no idea. I'm hoping they're at work, so that when I go to work and do the TV tomorrow at 10 and 2, that they're there. I found these ones, but they are seriously, I mean, they are they're +5s. I don't think that's even legal, is it? I thought 3.5 was the maximum. Tiger specs. Yeah, so I found these. But I think I've got to literally put my nose on the paper. There's such strong magnifiers. But okay, we'll give it a go. That was all I could come up with. So that was what I was doing. I was all calm, all cool. I tell you what, I had a really good conversation this evening as well. This is so cool. You're going to be so chuffed. So Pat Hosking, you remember Pat, don't you? Darling Pat. Well, do you know that it's a year tomorrow that Pat died, a year ago to the day. So Sarah, her daughter, and I, we've become firm friends. So isn't that nice? That's something really good came out of that as well. So I got a new friend, and her name is Sarah. And so today she was down in Cornwall. She got up at 5 o'clock in the morning. She lives in Wiltshire. She drove all the way down to the end of Cornwall to put primroses on her mum and dad's grave. And then she called me as she was going back up. She was going back up the road to home. So that's a long day, right? And so I was speaking to Sarah, and I'd already had the conversation with her last week about having an evening with you guys, you know, with Pat's friends, and having a look at Pat's work, because it would be an absolute. When I was at the funeral, when Dave and I went to the funeral last year, Sarah showed us her mum's artwork, and it was insane. And I think I told you, you know, she was so disciplined and so brilliant. And so we're going to have a handover. So she's got this black folder and a few 3D pieces of Pat. She was a very prolific artist. And so we're going to meet possibly next week or the week after. We're going to meet and have a handover of said precious artwork of Pat's. And then you and I get to sit, and I'll probably actually go to the office and do that from work, because of the cameras and the lighting is so much better than here. I think it would be really nice, maybe an afternoon, or I don't know, or one evening, or a Thursday evening. I'll just make sure that I'm at the office. That'd be really brilliant, because it'll be a great way to look back at the shack and look at all the things, you know, like a proper trip down memory lane, because Pat really did, you know, she was quite something in that regard. So let's have a look. It'd be nice to do that. And so what I'd like to do now, just bear with me a second, and I'll get comfy. Right, have you got your pencils? Have you got your, let's go for D for Daisy. We're going to go for D for Daisy. Okay, D for Dave, D for Daisy. Good. And that's her up there. Right. So that's that one there. So on my, that's that one there. So I'm thinking, actually, I'll probably do that. Yeah, and colour there. So you can see the one that we did as a bit of a guide. Now let me see if I can get in a bit closer. Bear with me a minute. So I've got to bend over the table to show you. That's better, isn't it? Can you see that okay? It's quite straightforward, this one. And I've already got the pencils. I've already picked out the pencils. The only one I missed, typical, was the number one, the white. Okay, so for the daisy, I'm going to go with the white Pergoliner B pencil. I'm going to use, this is that one, the sky blue. This is the one that's in that pack of 12 polychromos that we sell, you know, with the greys and all the different. So that's that one. And that ivory, okay, is in that set as well, because it, you need that for the Edelweiss when we get there. And then I've got for the daisy, so let's just leave the Edelweiss out of it in a minute. I've got the yellow one, B8. That's not dirt there, friends. That, I bent my, oh, you know when you bend your nail back really badly, that's a bruise. I know, that hurt. But the nail hung on. Right, and then I've got some greens for the leaves. So I picked the green B7, and then I've got a couple of polychromos greens. I've got a green yellowish, honestly the names are pathetic, and then I've got leaf green, Laubgrün und Grün Erde gelblich, earth green yellowish. See, I wish I'd applied for that job, the official translator for the Faber-Castell pencils. Oh well. Now let's have a look. Marion was telling me that there are some new Faber-Castell pencils out which aren't oil-based, but the ones that I've got, and I've got a lifetime supply, are oil-based. So I'm not going to go and spend another fortune on them, on more pencils. I'm quite happy with the ones I've got, but it's worth noting that they've got new ones. Oh, let me just reach over. They've got new ones, apparently. Always changing. I'm sure they've got a good reason for it. But the ones that we've got and the ones that we sell are still the original ones. Okay, just letting you know. Right, now, have I got any questions? Anybody got any questions? Why, hello from Sweden. Well, hello. I've just been reading a book about Scandinavia. It's really good. Although it was Norway, but it was very interesting indeed. Now, are you ready? D for Daisy, let's get going. So D for Daisy, I'm going to have to, and there's this grey, you know, we use this grey for the actual letter, don't we? So I'm going to have to bend over a little bit like that. There we go. That's okay. So we're going to use the grey, and it's the, which one are we going for? Kalt Grau 3, Cold Grey 3. Okay. Because it's the same one, it gives you the same colour as that particular. So what I've got to do now is try these bad boys. Wow. They really are strong. Okay. Is my head in the way? Probably not. Yeah, but I've had to come down quite close. You know when glasses are that strong? Yeah. Yeah, you won't want to drive in these, Gray. Right, so what I'm going to do now is just use the chisel end. I'm just developing a little bit of a flat side, if you like. And that's going to give me the grey in the background of the daisy. So I like the colouring evenings. I do. And I think, you know, lots of you join in, don't you? Lots of you watch. I mean, it's not, you know, it's not exciting, is it? But it's nice. It's relaxing, isn't it? So let's have a look. Yeah, these glasses are something else. So let's just get a base colouring on that letter. Yeah, you want to get in there, you just have to turn around and... I think you can see this fine, can't you? Yeah, I'm sure you can. How's your week been? Have you had a good week? The weather was beautiful today, wasn't it? That's what Sarah said in Cornwall. She said it was an absolute perfect day. And she went to the grave and she said, and what is it with the robins? Little robin rocked up. They do, don't they? Whenever I think of Dad or a robin turns up. It's funny that. Yeah. So I've done the D so I can see now where the flowers are. Okay. And we can always go in and add a little bit of oil and smooth it out, etc., etc. Are we close enough? What do we think? Are we close enough? Gracie, could you just let me know? Or shall I come in a bit closer? Now we're going to get onto the flowers. Hey? Do I have to get in a bit closer? Or are we okay? Now we need to move to the white one. I think Grace has gone down the pub. Where is she? Right, let's have a look. I can't read with these glasses on. What's it say? Looks great, close enough, and your head isn't in the way. Oh, okay, thanks. Isn't it funny that you can be all the way over in America, in New York, hey, all the way over in Sweden, all the way over in Germany? It's quite something, really, what we've experienced in our lifetime, isn't it? It's really quite something. Right, let's just stick with this then. And what we'll do first then is we'll put the white, we'll put some white in, okay? So we'll just add a little bit of white in the actual petals, all the way from the top to the bottom. Let's just do it. Right, so if we start in that one, you just got to know that that's the one you started at. And it's ridiculous what we're doing here because you actually can't see. Where's my... I'll lean on that. Right. Yeah, you know, it's quite something when you consider what we've lived through, you know. I was born in the 50s, lots of us, I think, lots of us shackers were born in the 50s, some in the 40s, some in the 30s, and some in the 60s, eh? Maybe some in the 70s and 80s even. And Grace, she was born in 1990. Spring chicken. Right, and then we just do all the daisies. Let's just do the whites. But when you think about it, in my lifetime now, you know, telephones, televisions, computers, internet, and now we're into AI, artificial intelligence. That freaks me out. That's a little bit unnerving. Right, that's that one. You know, So I think you've gone a bit too far. Back it up, boys. I think you're overcooking it here. I know it's clever, and I'm sure it's very useful in places, but you want to make sure you've got a good handle on it, boys. Notice I say boys and not girls. Right. Yeah. Can you? Well, here we go, eh? And I said this to Dave the other day. The other thing is, we're very lucky. We're like my mum, because I think it was because it was Auschwitz. It was a Remembrance Day, wasn't it? And and it made me think, which was I think the idea, and it just made me think. We're so lucky in this little island. I've lived in a war-free zone, even though there's been war all around the world in other countries. Still going on today, terrible stuff. But in England, in our little island, on our little island, we've been fortunate enough to live in a war-free zone, and thus far, realistically. Right, so I've done all the daisies, and I was just, and I was thinking about that. I was very grateful, to be honest, because we take it for granted, don't we? But I don't think we should take that for granted, because when you read literature, you read books, so many wars. Oh, looky. I was looking for that earlier. Haha. Right. I just need a piece of paper because I want to check this blue. There you go. Daisy. Right, so now what we're going to do, though, let me show you. And I think you get this. You're not going to put the blue on the flower. You're putting a little halo of blue around the middle of the flower. Let me put my bad boys on again. Oh, yeah. So what we're doing is actually we're going behind the petals. We're putting a little flash of blue. So you need quite a sharp, you need good glasses, friends. Cool, it's almost trippy. Right, let me just get this right. Hang on a minute. So I'm going in between the... Need to sharpen my pencil. Is my head in the way? Sorry. No, it's not, is it? So what you're doing is, you see, you could do two things, actually, if you wanted to, but I'm playing it safe here. Let's see if I can... I wonder... Let me just try this. I'm going to go in here and I'm just making sure that I'm going... Yeah, my head is in the way now. Right. So I'm going in behind the petals. See? I don't know if you can see what I'm doing here. But I reckon... Okay. Let me go back in with the white. Let me try something. So I'm going back in with the white on those... See if the resist would work. So I want a bit of grey on those, but I reckon this could work. Now we've put a little bit of blue down. Right, let's just try it on this one. There you go. Let's get a bit of white going there. Look. Now, see, and then what happens is if you put a halo of blue, I wonder if I go... Okay, before we do that, get the yellow. And let's get the yellow in before we mess that up. Right, good. Right, yellow's in. These are easy. Look, yellow. Let's get the yellow in. Come on, Gray. This could take forever. Are we gonna auction this off this in? Right, all these little yellow bits. Come on. Yes. So going back to what we were saying about how fortunate we are in England, in Scotland, in Wales, in the UK, and that we haven't... I mean, we had a little bit of terrorism. We've certainly been at the receiving end of terrorism. There's no, that I don't think there's anywhere in the world where you're safe from that now, you know. But full-blown invasion, no. No. Right, now let's have a look. If I go round like that, it's funny. It's almost like you're going around the train tracks. You can feel it as you do it. It's like rum, rum, rum. Give it a go. I like. Yeah. So you put a bit of grey down there. You see, and you're getting a bit of depth. Nice. And if you wanna, if you can always bring that blue out a bit more, can't you, between the petals? See, because now you've actually, what you've done, you've reinforced that white. See, now that you've got a kind of a resist going. So even if you go like that, okay, let's get a bit of, go over the yellow a little bit, and let's, well, not with the blue, because then you just get green. Let's go with the grey into this kind of area here, and that will give it a good, see, a little bit of depth. Yeah. There you go, that'll do. Bit of shadow. And then if you want to get a bit of shadow down underneath, then just keep going back over the top. There. Super. Right, same again. Let's tackle those daisies then. Now, what does Grace say? Let me just check. I've got 2 pairs of glasses here. Where are your Dame Ednas? My Dame Ednas, Grace, are at work. And I'm I don't think I'll get Dave to drive to Edenbridge to get me Dame Ednas. These are all right. They're like proper Coca-Cola bottoms. They're all right though. They look less dramatic than the Dame Ednas. Hey friends, guess, all right, guessing now. We're going to have a little competition. And if you know, because I told you, don't let the cat out of the bag, okay? But guess where Grace is going next week? Guess where Grace is traveling to next week? There you go. Your starter for 10. I know. What are the chances of knowing where Grace is going? Have a go. Go on. I'll give you we'll see if anybody guesses. And you can ask questions. Here we go. You can ask questions, right? But I can only say yes or no. We can only say yes or no. So you can't, yeah, you can't say where's she going, but you can ask, like, is it a long way away? Is it, has she got to get on a plane? You know, you can ask things like that. Go on. And she'll answer yes or no. Yeah. And maybe I'll answer if she asks me the questions too. But she knows the answers better than I do. There you go. See, so you get a bit of grey going for a bit of shadow. Nice. Get a bit of blue. Because the thing is, well, how do you draw a white flower? You know, daisies are very white, aren't they? But a lovely little bit of blue. I've always thought, right, this is the teacher, there's the teacher coming out now. I've always felt that when you want to draw something white, sorry, when you want to draw something white, if you drop a bit of blue in, it gives it a whiteness. You see? Let's go again with the white on the petals, like that. Just on that, I just want to get a bit of a resist going on that white. That'll do. Okay, and then we'll go with the blue in between the petals again. Yeah? In between. I know, you've got to have good eyes for this one. I like it though. I like colouring. I'm no master, you know. Not at all. I'm bending my blooming poster, that's what I am doing. I think maybe, bear with me a second, maybe if I did that and take my masterpiece away from underneath now, because I mean, daisies are daisies. I think if I turn it around, there you go, then I'm not going to knacker my poster by bending it over the table. See, because I'm running the risk of bending it here, which would be a shame after all this work. isn't it? Right, that's better. Okay, so now I'm working from the top, but that's the same. It's the same thing, same daisy. Okay. Have they guessed it already, Grace? Skiing? No. Cancun? Does that say Cancun? No. You'll never guess. Well, you will eventually. What do you think, Grace? Have they worked it out? I've got to put both pairs of glasses on now so I can see far away. Oh, do you know what? That actually doesn't work. I bet that would, though. There's a bloke in the repair shop that wears 2 pairs of glasses. Mexico, Africa, France? Is it in Europe? Good question. No. Australia? No. South Africa? No. Has anyone worked it out yet, Grace? Right, what are we on? Okay. Next one. So we've got a bit of grey there. This looks good. Right, next one. Blue. I've got to sharpen. Right, so while I'm sharpening my pencil, I can have a quick look if anyone's figured it out yet. Not in the UK. Well, cold. Greece, Dubai, Japan. That's where I want to go. I'm looking at the list. That's Japan to see polar bears. No. Interesting, hey? Yeah. Okay, here we go again. Right, blue. Nice. Has anyone worked it out yet? Nope. Are you going to give them any? No, you can't give a clue away, really, can you? Because it will be instant guess. Yeah, so, okay, let's say that when you're trying to draw something white, if it's a dress or anything, right? If it's white, then add a flash of blue in the background. You know, like the poppets, the Marina Fedotova poppets. If you, there you go, I'm just putting a bit of shadow around that side. Now they look good. I know. But, you know, some of those poppets, when you want to draw them, you want to colour them in and they've got like white dresses. You want to make it white and you want to put little glitter on it and that. And it's like, how do you make a dress white on a white postcard? Well, the way to do it is to put a little tiny flash of blue in the background. And this is the blue. This is why this one's in that set of 12. That sky blue is absolutely perfect for creating white. Okay, just saying. Right, have we got it yet? Has anyone got it yet? Beverly West guessed correctly. I know. Let's see what they said. Beverly West guessed. Ding, ding, ding. Well done, Beverly. Sue Carpenter, India. Sue Carpenter got it too. India. Beverly guessed correctly. India. I know. So, India. Now she's going to say, where in India? Where in India? Now, go on, Grace. She's going to a wedding. Isn't that wonderful? She's going to a wedding in India. That's got to be something else. I was watching very closely when Tina Cox's son and they got married in India. That was one wedding, wasn't it? What am I doing here? Yeah. And then Grace announced that she's going to a friend's wedding in India. And I thought, you lucky girl. You lucky girl. So she's got an Indian friend in New York. And so she's been, and her Indian friend has lent her a couple of saris, and she looks so gorgeous in these saris. Gracie does, like really quite something, you know, because she's mixed race. She's got that beautiful brown skin, and yeah, looks amazing in a sari. Who knew, Grace, eh? That you could be a model for Indian saris. There you go. Right, and then we're going to get that grey going again. Is anyone doing these daisies apart from me? Shall we have a look? I know. Grace says I was born into the wrong culture. No, not at all. If you want to wear a sari, Gracie, you can wear a sari, can't you? Can I show them the picture that you just sent me, Grace? Can I? Well, I'm gonna. Looky, looky. Grace in a sari. Isn't that beautiful? Absolutely gorgeous, Grace. Isn't it? Yeah. So that's exciting. You got to live your life, Grace. Got to do it while you can, while you're young and beautiful. Now, got the right glasses on. Okay, so next we want to put a little bit of, let's get this D. Right, so we're going to put a little bit of a shadow around these flowers here. Okay, that'll do. Always put them in the same place. Can I have a little sip of my tea? We're only going to get D for Daisy, aren't we? Don't spit all over your poster, Gray. Cool. Okay, so now we want to put a little bit of grey around the bottom of this and a bit of blue in the middle. There we go. Bit of blue, just a flash of blue around that back end, so to speak. Yeah, come on. I know you've got to have good eyesight to do this, but it looks so nice when it's done, friends, doesn't it? They look like fried eggs, these ones. It's the overall effect. That's what we're going for. Just put a little flash of blue behind them, and then they do not look like fried eggs. They look like fried eggs floating in the water. There you go. Nice, eh? Yeah, that'll do. Lovely little flash of blue behind the fried eggs. Nice. Right, grey. That'll tone it down a little bit. Just around that edge. That'll do. Yeah. Cool, cool. Is she lucky? I know, we're not going anywhere. Let me check what I'm doing. Oh, yeah. Oh, yeah, they look like fried eggs as well. Right, a little bit of shadow around the yolk. A little bit of drop shadow around the yolk, okay? Bit of depth, come on. That'll do. Don't have to go mad. Just put a little bit of drop shadow around the yolk and that'll do. Bottom, same side as that side. Like that. That'll work. It's good enough. Nobody's going to pay that much attention. Yeah? What do we think? Let's turn it around and have a look. I love it. So let me just come up a bit closer so we can see it better. Are we happy with that? Yes, we are. I like that. Okay, so now I've done that. I think we go for the green. Green. Okay, well, I'm going to go for a light green, and then I can always add a bit of shade afterwards. Light green. Let's have a look. Pergolina B7. So they got some really nice greens in the pergolinas. Tell you what, we had a little bit of one of those moments this week because we were doing an inventory stock count, And I said, the count on the website can't be right for the pergoliners because we're really low on pergoliners. And I said, that can't be right. There must be more in the warehouse. Somebody needs to go and check. And they did find another box, but not what I'd hoped. So that's a bit of a situation. And then I said, you know what though? Let's just calm it, Kermit. We're here and we haven't sold out completely. We've still got some. So, you know, it's not the end of the world. It's not terminal. It's not like we got to the bottom of the barrel and then went, oh no, which is what often happens, isn't it? But heads up, friends, and this isn't a ploy for you to go and buy pergoliners because I'm pretty sure that you've all got pergoliners. But be glad you have because they take forever. The ink pads are still walking down from Liverpool. It's a joke, isn't it? Honestly. The ink pads are coming and the bloody brushes. Okay, so the brushes, if you've pre-ordered the brushes, right, hang on a minute, just do a little bit of green on the, just a light flash of green on the leaves. If you've ordered the brushes, I just can't, I don't know, I'm beyond it. They reckon the first week of February now, and it's like, okay, it's embarrassing almost. But there you go. You can't push the river, friends. You know. And the trouble is, no sooner have you sorted out the brushes than the pergoliners. It's like, oh, really? See, that's why we're very, very fortunate at Clarity. You know what I always say? I always say one of the best things about Clarity is that we're manufacturers. And then I say one of the worst things about Clarity is that we're manufacturers. And the reason is because when you're manufacturers, you have a big old machine to feed. You know, whether you're busy or not busy, you have machines to run, you have machine operators, you have designers. It's not, you don't just pick up the phone and place an order in China, you make, you know, and so there's a lot of cost attached. You have to have the raw materials, you have to have, you know, we do all the packaging ourselves, we do the design, we make them, we make the stamps, we make the stencils, we make the groovy plates, we make a lot, we do all our own in-house printing. See, so there's a lot of activity at Clarity to make things, and there are very few things that we buy in. The things that we buy in are the things that we just can't make. So, for example, dyes. You can't make dyes in England. You're not allowed to make dyes in England. Believe you me, if we could, we would be making them. So they're one of the few things we bring in from China. The brushes we bring in from China. There are a few little things that we bring in, and the pergoliners, because we inherited them from Pergamano, they come from, I think it's Korea. Or Taiwan. Anywho, and it takes about 6 months. That's it. If I could make pencils, friends, I'd be making pencils. So there's a big advantage to owning the rails because we can be very nimble with our design. We're very lucky in that regard, you see. But anything that we have to outsource, I feel sorry for companies that just buy in, you know, because it's a mission at the moment. It's a mission. Yeah. So the brushes are, the ink pads are coming down. That we get them from America. So we get them from Ranger. They're coming. They're on the way. They reckon next week. Next week we'll have the ink pads. And the brushes first week of February. Well, that's the week after, isn't it? That's next week. Well, that's next week, friends. I'll believe it when I see it. And when I do, I'm telling you now, when I see them, we are going to have a brush. I think we'll have a stencil party. We'll have a stencil party. Because the other thing is, while we're drawing this Little guy. Right, darker green now. We'll put some darker green where there's a fold. Yeah. Yeah. So we're going to put some darker green in, just a little bit of shadow here. So it gets a bit of depth. Yeah, when those brushes arrive, friends, we are having a party. I bet by the time they arrive, most of them have been pre-ordered anyway. We'll have to it's just a perpetual thing. We'll have to order them again. Right, light, dark, light, dark. So it's dark, light, dark. I'm going upside down. So it's going to be dark, light, dark, light. That'll do. Dark, light, dark, light. That'll work. Right. Just a little bit of green in there. It's too tiny to even worry about dark. Yeah, it's too dark. It's too small to worry about. So just get a bit of green going in there, a little bit of depth. There we are. That's nice. It's nice. Yeah, I think I've done it. Don't want to overcook it. Now let's see what we've got when we turn it round. D for Daisy. I like it a lot. See? Now if we could bring that up to closely, it's not bad at all, is it? Looking close. Don't look too close. But you see how the white looks really white, and it looks really white because of the flash of blue. Now, conversely, over here, that's blue, but it looks blue. See? It's interesting. We'll do the cornflower next time. And the Edelweiss, what's the time? The Edelweiss, I think, let's have a look at the original one. Because I reckon you could do the Edelweiss. It would take minutes. Look, the Edelweiss is just... Now, let's check it out. Because it's not dissimilar. But this time, what we're going to do is use... I know what we're going to use. We're going to use the ivory on the actual Edelweiss. And then we're going to use a warm grey on there. Warm grey, right? So let's just do it while we're talking. Come on. Let's have a go. Let's get Edelweiss done. Can you sing it while we're doing it? Edelweiss. Do you remember? Actually, do you know what? Before we do that, I want to get the E done. I want to do the E. Right, we've done D for Daisy. Okay, we happy with that? Let's just do the E. Even if we only colour in the letter. Let me tell you about what's going on tomorrow while we're doing this. Okay. Because if you're doing, you could, I mean, how do you feel about doing a bit of homework? How are you up for? Are you up for a bit of homework? Like, could you handle doing Edelweiss on your own? Go on. It's good for you. It's good for you. It's good for the heart. It's good for the soul. It is. It's like therapy. This is. I should have done this an hour ago when I was flipping a wig about the. Well, actually, it was about the accountants. Because, yeah, that's another thing, right? Talk about stressful. What is it about accountants? I mean, every year it's the same thing. And every accountant, I've always worked with accountants because I've always run my own business. And what is it about accountants? I said to Dave yesterday, I said, bloody hell, you know, we've been trying to get this in place since October. We know that on the 31st of January, there's a deadline. You've got to get your tax sorted out by the 31st. You know, it's like, I mean, I said to Santa Claus, you know, he knows, doesn't he? He knows that December is going to be a really busy month. And the accountant's got to know, surely to God, the accountant's got to know that January is where he earns all his money. That's where he earns his keep. That's what he's there for. And sure isn't the Pope's got a balcony and he says something else then, you know, we're scrambling, we're not, they are. And then they get stroppy, you know, and you just think, Really? It's the 31st of January. This is what happens on this day. It always happens on this day. It's like Christmas Eve. It comes around every year. I'm sure Santa Claus doesn't. Well, maybe he does. Maybe Father Christmas has a hell of a 23rd. You know, maybe he's flipping his wig and losing his beard on the 23rd. Maybe Mrs. Santa Claus is glad to see the back of him for a day. Look, see? So you got that lovely ivory colour. Yeah? Yeah, so so we were having a right, how's your father? The accountant. And then it's like, now I'm gonna having nearly had a conniption. Now I get to and nobody's picking up the phone. That's the other thing. Phone? Why would I do that on the last? Why would I, the accountant, even consider picking the phone up today? I'm busy. Right? So fortunately, our Pete at work, he's our accountant, and he's so laid back and so calm, you know. And this is like a really stressful time of year for him. And he's as good as gold. He's just brilliant. We've worked together for so many years, you know. He's just a very, 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 very nice fella, young man, and just became a father, you know, just a nice bloke. And he's so diplomatic and so professional, you know. And I'm in the background doing somersaults. Oh wow. Yeah, no, that's why Pete's doing what Pete does and Barbara's doing what Barbara does. But what I should have done really was come and drawn coloured in the daisy sooner, because it's really calmed me down. Right, we're going for a light colour. Okay, I'll tell you what we'll do. I think I'm even going to put a little flash of ivory in each leaf, because I want it to be really light and gentle. Edelweiss. They're quite furry, aren't they? Edelweiss. Quite a furry little flower, if you know what I mean. I'm just putting a little flash of ivory. Yeah, I was trying to remember why I was so uptight earlier on, and I remembered now. It was the accountants. They don't communicate, you know. And then they get all stroppy, and you just, oh. But it's never been any different. It doesn't matter which outfit you work with. It's like they went to school, and in the lesson they don't talk about communication. It doesn't seem to be part of the curriculum. Right, now we're going to put a little bit of, this time, a little bit of that green, just a whisper. Yeah. So, there you go. It's just part of the deal when you work for yourself, isn't it? It's just the way it is. It's what you have to do. It's the gig. And I'm not wired for that kind of stuff. Money's never really, it's just as necessary evil. You've got to have it to run the business, you know. You need money to keep the business going. That's it. And you need money to feed yourself and the family, and you need money to pay the rent. You need money. It's a necessary commodity, but it's not something that I love at all. I don't. How much does one person need, you know? But at the moment it's tight because of what's going on at work, and so I'm very focused, and it feels it goes against the grain, but I feel like I'm trying to make money all the time, and it kind of, I don't know, it hampers your creativity if that, you know, when you've got to kind of focus on that so much. But I can feel that the It's lifting, the pressure's lifting a little bit. We've managed to steady the boat a little bit now. This is really nice. I'm enjoying this. Yeah. But we do appreciate your help, because we know that you do support us massively. We know that. And we really appreciate it. Doesn't that look pretty? Really pretty. Love it. Now, the only thing that we haven't done yet, right, I think we need to make that really pop. Yes. See, there's a little bit of yellow here, a little bit of yellow, and a little bit of warm grey. I reckon boring beige. You know that warm grey too? That one. That's in that set of 12 as well. Yeah. Warm grey too. I know there's another, there's what's that other one in there as well? There's another one. Just a minute. I've got if you could see the number of pencils I've got here, it's unsavoury, really. That one, cream. Yep, that's in that set of 12 as well. The cream one. This is a lovely colour. I don't mean, to me, it's not cream. Yeah, I know. Jackie Cooling, she just said, I know what you mean, Barb. My brother is self-employed and his accountant has gone on holiday until the end of February. I know. They're not open tomorrow. Our accountants are not open tomorrow. And when I tried to get hold of the other one, he said, I'm not in the office today. And I was like, are you kidding me? I actually swore. What's going on? Yeah. That's like Santa saying, do you know what? I'm gonna go on holiday now from the 21st of December until New Year's. What? I know. I ought to try that sometime. Right, yellow. Yeah, a little bit of yellow now. I love this colour. Right, this is going to make it zesty. So what are these little round bits? Okay, we're going to make them yellow. That will make it lovely and warm. Okay. Yeah, so tomorrow, friends, right, 10 o'clock and 2 o'clock, I'm going to show you in a minute what we're going to do. Right, so these need to be done. These yellow dots there. That looks so good if it's yellow. See, it didn't take long to do the Edelweiss, did it? It's almost like a mimosa. Right. Yeah, so we're going to, I don't want to rush it, but I've got to show you what we're doing tomorrow. That I must do today. And now we're going to put a little bit of grey in the background, around in the middle, see? That's it. But I feel like I want to, yeah, that's it. A little bit of grey. Just that warm beige grey or whatever it's called. Warm grey too. See, that makes it look so good. Bit of grey on the petals that are set back a bit. Like that one. See? Just adds a bit of depth. Doesn't it? Doesn't it just? Yeah. I know. In my next life, I'm coming back as an accountant and I'm not going to work the first quarter. Oh, you gotta laugh, haven't you? It is a game. Jackie Elliott, sorry, not Jackie Cooling, huh? Right. Yeah, I know. Makes you laugh. But these are high profile, highbrow problems. G&T problems, I call them. You know? Gin and tonic problems. There you go. Don't they look lovely now? See, a little bit of yellow really makes it come to life. So let's take a look. Let's take a look from the right side. I like it a lot. Now, what have I done differently? What have I done differently? So the leaves are a little bit darker. The leaves are a little bit darker on the other one. Yeah, but so's the E. That makes a difference. Okay, but that'll do. That'll do, donkey. Right, we've done 2 letters tonight. Okay, so I've got a D and an E now. I like them. I'll show you one more time so you can get a screen grab. So that's the one that we did now, and that's the one that was before. All right, good enough, good enough, good enough. And then the D, that's the one we just did, and that's the one we did before. Yeah. So the letters just need a little bit more love, don't they? Bit more depth. One more layer of the grey, and that job is a good one. Right, so I'm going to put that in my protective folder, and then I'll move them out of the way in my cup. Do you know that was the very first Dave keeps saying you've got to make some mugs, and I don't want to make mugs though. I don't like mugs. I like bowls and pots. So I haven't had time this week though. All I've had time to do is go downstairs, spritz them so they don't dry out, so my pots will be good to go on Saturday. And it's all right. Right, what's going on? I'll show you what we're doing on Saturday first. Okay, that's the first thing. Beautiful. No, not what on Saturday. Friday, tomorrow, 10 o'clock. We launch a collection of wonderful stamps and stencils, and these are from Annie. Annie, as in Annie, who was a beautiful young woman designer who sadly died way too young, way too young. I think about her most days. She designed these, and I just think they're amazing. Okay, so I'll show you. Let me show you the main event. Okay, so we've got this beautiful sampler, and what we want to do. There are 10. There are 10 different designs that she did. Okay, and what we've done is we've broken them down into 3 sets, and we said what would be really nice would be for they're like mini makes, they're small 2-way overlays. I'm going to show you, but the idea is that we're breaking them down into sets of 3 tomorrow, and then in 3 months time another 3, and then in 3 months time another 3, and then the 10th one, I don't know yet, I'm not sure, we'll give it away. Okay, but the point is, I think we'll do something charitable around the 10th one. I think that's a good idea. I think we'll do something for cancer. I think that's what we'll do with the 10th one. We'll just say all proceeds cancer. That's a good idea. Right, so these are Annie's. Okay, they are so beautiful. Right, now have a look. So this is a sampler. So this is the sampler that's going to be on the show tomorrow. In fact, it's already on the website. I think Paul put it live before he went home. But what you can see here is there are 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. 10 little tiny 2-way overlays. They are absolutely beautiful. Okay, you can see them here. So every time that we come on and we start working with Annie's stamps, right, we'll bring 3. So so here, for example, look, see, there's an example of how beautiful they are. Look, this is gorgeous by Jane. We'll indulge the artwork more tomorrow. But what we're doing is tomorrow we're showcasing just 3. And the 3 that we're showcasing in large, see, they're not large, actually. If you think that that's 3.5 by 3.5, that's not large, is it? It's still a mini make, because tomorrow's the first of the TV shows. We're going to do a monthly TV show which is to do with our mini makes. Remember, new year, new idea, and we started a new Facebook group called Clarity Crafts Mini Makes and ATCs. artist trading cards. And so the idea is this weekend, tomorrow it begins for the stamps, then on Sunday it's for the groovy PTC's parchment trading cards and mini makes for parchers. Okay, so I thought it'd be a really lovely idea to attach Annie's sampler and 3 of her small two-way overlays, because they're just the perfect size really for, they're exactly the right size for ATCs. They sit like a charm. I'll show you tomorrow. Okay. So we're going to do 3 of them. And then it's a collect the set thing. And then in 3 months' time, the next 3, and so on, right? But this is how it works. And tomorrow is the first of our monthly mini makes TV shows. But we won't be doing this every month. It will be next month. We'll do something else with mini makes, right? But Annie's collection, it's going to be that collect the set during the course of the year, you know, so that you can really indulge and play with them and get to grips with them, because they're so beautiful. They're like Annie and I. What we had a lot in common, but one of the things that we both really loved was paper cuts. We really liked paper cuts. And there was a particular artist called Rob Ryan, who's just brilliant, right? But we always were giving each other things that were paper cuts. And her artwork, it has that beautiful, it was like her, very gentle, very softly spoken, very lovely, and like her little daughter, Dorothy, just beautiful. So the 3 that we're going to be launching tomorrow is this one. Home is where the heart is. I love this. So these are two-way overlays, right? So that's the set, you see, and it's gorgeous. So that's that set. And then I won't show you any artwork because we haven't got that much artwork, unfortunately. So I'm going to have to, that's why I was so busy today making a lot of artwork. Then there's this set, which is beautiful. I just thought, because it's Annie's, you know, Friends Never Let Go. So that's that one. And then the heart, because it's Valentine's and because it's love and it's beautiful. It's all right. I'll be all right tomorrow. Just knock me a bit. Right. So then this one here is this one here. So you can see, absolutely beautiful. And what's really gorgeous, this is a fantastic piece of artwork by Dee, and I will show you this because it makes you can see instantly the difference between this size and that size. So this size is so beautiful, you see? And then this size just has got to be done. So those are the 3 sets of stamps that the royal we, that I decided to go with for the launch. And that is those 3 there. But the beautiful sampler with all of them on, that's going to be on every show, and it starts tomorrow. Okay. So that's brilliant. I think that's great, isn't it? Right. Change the subject. Oh, and then of course, so the way that we're doing it price wise, I think we're going with a 3 for 2 on this. So it's a really good price point. If I'm not mistaken, we've said you get 3 for 2. And the same with the stencils. We've got these really nice stencils. See, there they are as well. The same in stencils. So every time we do an Annie show, a mini make show, we're going to, because not everybody wants to do little art. So we've got the large stencils as well, which are gorgeous. And I did that today because I thought we hadn't got any artwork for the stencils. And I thought, well, I better do something. So I did this Friends Never Let Go. And I did, it's actually a canvas board. And I used the stencil. And I thought you might like that, something different. And I hope that I have time to show you tomorrow how I did that. So Excuse me. And then the only other thing that Lisa made was these rectangular embedders. Although, hang on, right? I must tell you, each one of these comes with an embedder. So that's good news. Listen, that embedder sits exactly around that. And hang on. I've just remembered something else. In here, there should be an embedder too. So I'm hoping that they haven't forgotten to include them in here, or they'll be opening all these packs. I bet they haven't forgotten. They just forgot to put it in my one. But there'll be a little embedder in here, and it will fit these as well. Thing is, though, if you want to mount this on another piece of card, or you want to mount these on another piece of card before you use an embedder, that's why you need the rectangular embedders as well, because we've got square ones, but we haven't got nested rectangles. So they're on the show tomorrow as well. There you go. And I mustn't forget all of this, because this is going to go on the TV set tomorrow. And there's my last little bit of artwork. And there, that's it. That's the lot. So that's going to be really cool. And then there are just two more things I want to show you. I know I'm going over the edge again. My rules. Listen, two things. First of all, I got asked many times, what was the name of the pen? I saw people asking on Facebook. Here we go. 31251. That was the one I used to do the people. Okay. The little people. It's an extra fine brush. It's very, very good. So you need that. And then the other thing that I wanted to just mention was the craft along with what we were doing on Monday. So this is these are the two projects that we're going to do together. If you go to the website and you go to Catch Up TV on our website, then you'll see there'll be a download, and it will tell you exactly what ingredients we're going to use for project 1 and what ingredients we're going to use for project 2. Okay, so if you want to join in, and there are loads and loads of tricks and tips in here. I think you'll really enjoy it. If you're one of those people who's always looking for a card for men, for a man, then that might be just up your street. And also, if you like mixed media, a little bit grunge, you want to dip your toe in that pond, then that's the way to go. Okay, and we've gone way over the time, so I better go and find my dear husband. Gracie, thank you very much for your help, and I'll speak to you after here. Thanks for joining me this evening. I hope you enjoyed our colouring session, and I hope that you'll head on over to the website, Early Bird Shopping, or I'll see you tomorrow at 10 o'clock in the morning. Lots of love. Bye-bye now. Bye-bye. And Maggie, if you're watching,